related to survival of polar bear
Okay.
and the poaching also कि poaching होती है तो जो हमारे थोड़े रेयर स्पीशीज हैं
Hmm.
वो मर मर जाते हैं.
ठीक है, ठीक है. Fine, fine.
I think the in title of the whole package is introducing about, like, they're giving glimpse of the whole passage, that this passage will talk about protection of polar bears, like how we can do it and all these which are
Exactly.
required.
Exactly. So, to be very specific, they will not be really talking about the problems that the entire earth is facing. It is going to be very particular about protection of polar bears in very specific. So, of course, they will be threatened by climatic change and whatever. But the reason of the passage is the protection of polar bears and why exactly are they required to be protected. So there may be some reasons, some studies or some whatever done by different people. As we see that there is a study done by somebody, right? So all we're doing right now is we're just taking a look at the passage. Now if you are a fast reader, you can read the first paragraph and you can try to catch a glimpse of what lies ahead or what is the passage all about. Secondly, you can also read the first sentence of each paragraph to get a little idea about what is the crux, what is the gist of each para. But if you're not a very fast reader, I would not recommend, I would not suggest you to waste your time in reading in the first place. This is called skim reading, skimming, and you read the last para. So, if climate change were to lead to their extinction, so they're talking about extinction, this would mean not only the protection, loss of potential breakthroughs in human medicine, and more importantly, a disappearance of intelligent, majestic animals. So, what will happen? What will be the after effects, right? So, it is ending on a hypothetical note. Now, you see the question types. First question type, what do you think it is? How many questions at stake? 7 questions at stake, and we have true, false, not given. Now, in the first place, when it comes to true, false, not given, in the first passage, they are always 100%, they are in chronological order, right? So you can expect to get the answer to the first question right in the first paragraph. So you quickly read your questions, you read the statements, underline the keyword, you follow whatever strategy you will be doing. Of course, we'll be doing that later, right? And then you go to the passage in the chronological order, start finding the answers as per the technique that we'll be discussing for true, false, and not given. As of now, we are trying to understand the question types in any given question paper. Fine. So 6 questions over true, false, not given. Ki 7. Next question is called this. Choose one word only from the passage for each answer. That means this is a completion type question or ye notes completion hai, it is given in bullet points. So we see there is this box given to you and reasons why polar bears should be protected. So this heading is like something, a hint sort of. It will tell you where would you be able to find your answer. So you quickly see unintelligent, why they should be protected, or rational, or reason. Then there are some other words that are written in capitals that which are proper nouns that will help you go to your passage and start finding them and locate your answer, right? So when you are looking for a specific information going into the passage and finding your answer, this technique is called scanning, right? So scanning is done before you read the question, after you read the question and you go to the text. Skimming is done before you read the questions and you're getting an overall idea of the text. Fine. So this is the next question type. 13 questions are done. So passage 1 is over. Now it is up to you to do this question part first or the previous question part first. If you want to do true, false, not given first in the first place, you can do that. If you want to do this in the first place, you can do it. So there is no standard way to attempt any IELTS test. It is based on your convenience, your comfort, or your whichever question type you find simpler. Most of the students find completion type the most easy. Moving on to the second passage. So second passage, 14 to 26, right? So 14 to 26, that means 12 or 13 questions are at stake. And it starts with a list of headings. So this is called the matching headings. You are already provided with the list of headings. We have been given 9 headings and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paragraphs, and we have question 14 to 20. That means 7 questions at stake here. And once you see, you again do the same thing, the step pyramid of Joseph, and then you see the paragraphs labeled alphabetically, A, B, C, D, and so on, right? So you, what you do is you first read the headings, all the headings, you try to understand all the headings, then you read each para. So you read one para fully. Most of the time the answer lies in the first and the last sentence, but not always. So I would not suggest you to read just the first sentence and the last sentence. And then you read all the headings and decide which heading is the closest match with para A. So list of headings is usually the summary of the whole paragraph. It is not something that is randomly taken out of the paragraph and you'll have to find that information in the para, right? It is mostly the gist of the paragraph, the summary of the paragraph. So you might not be finding these words in the para, but their summary may help you reach this answer, right? Okay, so we have this paragraph labeled till G, and then you have another question type from 21 to 24, and this is again one word only, and the second step pyramid of Djoser. So step pyramid of Djoser is your keyword. You will find step pyramid, Egyptian, and then some accommodation, then a wall ran. So you have to write it in one word only, right? So again, simple. Then you have one more question, and you have multiple choice over here, multiple choice with multiple answers. So you are given 5 choices and you have to pick up two from these. What two following points does the writer make about the King Joser? So King Joser is your keyword. You will read about King Joser. There might be a paragraph written on King Joser in, there will be some sentences. So you'll have to read them carefully and then read all the options. Then go back to the paragraph and match which are the closest match. Fine. This is called multiple choice with multiple answer. So 5 choices, 2 answers you have to select. Now passage 2 is over. Moving on to the last passage, and it says 20 minutes you have to devote. This passage is the most difficult, so you should have at least 22 minutes at hand with you. Again, there are 13 to 14 questions at stake here. 27th question. So you see the future of work. Future of work, what kind of work? So it is talking about the business work or whatever, right? It's talking about AI. So you're getting a little feeling as to what is the paragraph all about, what is the entire passage all about, right? Then you just take a look at it, maybe skim read it a little. Do not waste your time if you can't read very fast, right? You don't have to do that. Go straight away to the questions, and then you see multiple choice questions. One question, 4 choices. You have to choose one letter, write the correct letter in the boxes 27 to 30 on your answer sheet. Fine. So you have about 4 questions here for multiple choice questions. Moving on, you have another. Okay, this is called completion, when you are already provided with the list of words, right? So this is slightly difficult because A, they have to be matching with the text, and B, they have to be grammatically correct. So sometimes you might be feeling that there could be four answers for this. So you will have to go to the passage to see where is this algorithmication of job. So you find this, and there are some keywords written in proper nouns. Then you have to match them and choose the most possible, the most closest answer that you feel should go into this, right? So this is summary completion, where the words are already given to you. Then you have the last question type, and this is matching, no, this is matching feature. So this is the list of people given to you. 3 people are given: Stella, Hamish, and Ivan. And you have 6 sentences. You can use any letter more than once, note bait. So this information will always be given if they want the answer to be repeated. Let's say 36 and 38 are mentioned by or are said by Hamish Lowe. So that means your answer is getting repeated. So it's the same as what we used to do in our school times, who said to whom, reference to context. So you will try and find the names of these people in your passage, and you will start with the smallest one. Of course, I'll be discussing the strategies for all of them with you, and this is how your test will get over. Trust me, you will not get a single minute to look up here and there what others are doing, but be you will have to be very focused in your attempt